Breaking news. We've got Julian Assange to release up to 100,000 pages of Clinton documents soon. This is from the Washington Examiner. It was out today. This is breaking news. Julian Assange of WikiLeaks said today up to 100,000 pages of Clinton documents to come. WikiLeaks could release as many as 100,000 pages of new material related to Hillary Clinton before the election, Julian Assange said Thursday, which is today, thanks in part to news sources who stepped forward after the organization leaked internal emails from the Democratic National Committee. Assange says, "We have tens of thousands, possibly as many as 100,000 pages of documents of different types related to the operations that Hillary Clinton is associated with," the WikiLeaks founder said in a radio interview with Sean Hannity. There are several. In response to the DNC publications, a lot of people have been inspired by the impact, and so they have stepped forward with additional material. Now, as an aside on this, Julian Assange and WikiLeaks has offered a $20,000 reward for information leading to the arrest and conviction of the party or parties that assassinated Seth Rich, DNC staffer. If you don't know about that, I've got other videos. Check my other videos. Seth Rich was walking down the street, and he was executed. He was out and out executed. He had an expensive watch. He had a wallet. Everything on his person. Nothing was taken. It was not a robbery. He was assassinated, murdered. And if you have any information on that, WikiLeaks will pay you $20,000. Probably more if you've got enough damning information. So if you want to come forward on that, check my other videos. I've got information on that. But back to the story. Assange said his organization released internal DNC documents just before the party's national convention because that was when staff finished vetting them. But he had hoped to have the newest documents out well before November. All right, well, what do I think of that? I think the American people have an attention span of about 0. I think the American people, I'm not saying you, most YouTube people that follow me, I'm not talking about you, but just the general people out there. Their attention spans are zip. Their memory is zip. Nobody remembers anything. So what do I think? I think he should release them the day or two before the election, because then all the most damning information will be released just before the election, and everybody will remember it. Everybody remembers everything for a couple of days, and you go in and you're voting. Let's see, I vote for Trump, vote for Clinton, okay. Or I could vote for somebody else and just throw my vote away. That's what you're going to do if you vote for Jill or whoever. You're just throwing it away. You got to decide. You got to decide. Do you want Trump or do you want Clinton? Make a decision. Now, if they give you a bunch of damning additional, there's already a bunch out there. If you have an additional damning information on Clinton the day before the election or the 2 days before, you're going to remember that and you go, I'm not voting for Hildebeest. I'm going to vote for Trump. So I think he should release the data a couple of days before. Now, I've got a lot of comments on my YouTube videos. A lot of guys say, "Oh no, do it now, release it now." It should be released days and days before the election. Well, I appreciate all your comments, but I gotta disagree. I think, again, 99% of or at least 95% of the American people have attention spans of zip. And also, what happens is, a mysterious thing will happen. What am I saying? Okay, let's say he releases all these documents early, maybe tomorrow, next day, whatever. And then, whoops, there's going to be an attack in France or in England, or some weird attack where a guy drives a bus and hits people, or a shooting somewhere or whatever. Why does this happen? Or a a quarterback decides not to stand up during the national anthem, and all of the media, the lamestream media, goes and reports on that crap, and it pushes this information, the good information you should remember, out of your mind. Well, not everybody, again, all my followers and most people listening to this, it doesn't, but I'm just saying, for 95% of the voters out there, I say release the damning information closer to the election because of the memory and scare tactics and things that they throw at you to sidetrack your memory. But anyway, that's just an aside. Comment, go down and comment on what you think, but I think he should do it closer to the election. Okay, back to the story. It's quite a complex business to sort things, to index them, make sure they're presentable, to see what the top initial angles are that come out, he said. We're a small shop. We're here around the clock. We understand quite much the time pressures that people have and how significant it is to try and get that out. We worked like hell to get the DNC publication out before the DNC convention. So, I'm reading it as he spoke it, and I know he's from Australia. I know my last video I screwed up. I didn't think he was from Australia. I honestly thought he was from Holland or Sweden or something, but I didn't know. I know, I was dumb, but he's from Australia. But he does speak, the way he speaks is weird. It's not normal English as far as I'm concerned. And I just read that, and it was hard to read because that's the way he speaks. I guess that's the way they do it in Australia. I guess I'll get Australians yelling at me now in the comments, but back to the story. I'm very confident we are going to get this material out long before the day of the election, Assange said. So he wants to get the material out long before the day of election. Well, again, I hope it's not too long before, because we'll get a drive-by shooting of some people in somewhere, or something will happen, and just after all this information comes out, to push it all out of the lamestream media. And again, I'm going on and on, but I'm really, really passionate about that. But anyway, okay, I'll go on. I hate saying that. I said it. All right. Assange said Tuesday that the first wave of Clinton documents would hit either this week or next week. All right, I don't know. Today's Thursday, and he was talking Thursday, so I don't understand that, but I didn't write this story. I'm just reading it. That's the purpose of our organization, to try to bring the truth to the public that is otherwise suppressed, said WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange. WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange said Thursday, which is today, that a Hillary Clinton victory would promote an environment of neo-McCarthyism and validate efforts to crack down on free speech, both in the press and online. Now, neo just means new. McCarthyism means McCarthy was a senator back in the 50s that went after a lot of people saying, "Ooh, you're communist, you're communist." So an environment of neo-McCarthyism, so new anti-communism, something like that. All right, the Democrats are always speaking about how terrible McCarthyism was, and it was in many ways, Assange said in a radio interview with Sean Hannity. But at least the USSR actually existed then, and there actually was Russian influence on campaigns in the United States, which was serious. What we're seeing now is Hillary Clinton and her campaign trying to whip up a neo-McCarthyist hysteria where she claims that effectively Donald Trump is an agent of the Russians, that WikiLeaks is an agent of the Russians also, and where her campaign has also implied that Jill Stein, the Green Party leader, is a Russian agent. And that is the Intercept. Another U.S. public... I'm sorry, I read that wrong. And that The Intercept, another U.S. publication, effectively all Russian agents, Assange said. That's just laughable to say. To say that Jill Stein is part of the a Russian agent, that's just laughable. Hillary is really, really digging low there. In the call Donald Trump, a Russian agent also? Ridiculous. Hillary, you're coffery. We're going to call her Hitlery, Killery, Schillery, Hildebeest, Coffery. I'm going to call her that because she coughs constantly. Man, is she bad lately. She's just digging low. She's so down in the hole. She just keeps digging herself deeper. All right, so the press afterwards will be cracked down upon, and online publishers and people on social media, Assange said. It will lead to a very harsh climate where the First Amendment will be eroded. Well, my past video just told you that Assange said that she's the press is erecting a beast. She's a demon, and if she gets in, you think she has power to do anything she wants now, which she does pretty much. Once she's president, she can do absolutely anything, and it'll be bad. And Julian Assange is going to be top. He's on the list now, but he'll be put on the top of the list of the Clinton body count. I'll guarantee you that. Okay, Hannity claimed that WikiLeaks was providing a public service by leaking private documents obtained from the Democratic National Committee. And Assange said in reply that WikiLeaks was only acting because too much of the media was working to suppress the truth. That's the purpose of our organization, try to bring the truth to the public that is otherwise suppressed. Assange said Democrat-aligned media like MSNBC, Politico, Washington Post, we expose as acting against journalistic ethics. Taking marching orders from the DNC, checking, in the case of Politico, checking their copy with the DNC before even their own editors get to see it. Well, the way he speaks, it's hard to read. But what he's basically saying, he's trying to get us the real information, not the crap that the lamestream media is feeding us. Okay, the last thing in the story here. So unfortunately, there has to be a place where whistleblowers, consultants, and yes, even computer hackers who care about the truth have a place to publish it, Assange said. So, again, I'll read that. This is important. WikiLeaks exists because there has to be a place where whistleblowers, consultants, and yes, even computer hackers who care about the truth have a place to publish it, Assange said. So there you go. So if you have any information, get it to WikiLeaks. They will publish it. You can do it anonymously. And like I've said in the past, I'll talk about Trump a little bit. You know what? Is Trump perfect? No. Is he the perfect president? No. But he did go to military school. He has some military school experience. He's got plenty of political experience as per negotiating with large corporations and CEOs and companies. Don't worry, he'll have lots of advisors. He'll have expert advisors in every field to help him make decisions. Is he the best person for the job out of the whole country? No. But is he better than Hildebeest? Yes. Okay? You got two choices. You got Trump or Clinton. Okay? You got Trump or the Hildebeest. Who are you going to vote for? Really? Hillary's so corrupt and evil and crime, and plus she's sick. I mean, she probably won't make it. So a vote for her is a vote for that vice president guy, Kane or whatever. I don't know what's his name. Citizen Kane. I don't remember, but he's, it just doesn't seem like a choice to me. You got to vote Trump. Plus, if you vote for Clinton, guess what? She gets to appoint the next 3 Supreme Court justices. You know how bad that's going to be? To put 3 extreme liberals into the Supreme Court justice pool. For one thing, your guns are gone. She'll take your guns away, or she'll reduce your rights to Barney Fife, where you'll have 1 bullet in your pocket. I tell you what, vote for Trump, people. Clinton is just bad news all around. And you have to vote in landslide numbers, otherwise they'll fraud it out. She stole the election from Bernie. Bernie won in every state, pretty much every state. They stole it. They stole it from Bernie. Everybody knows it. Even Al Frankenstein told us. He said, "Al Frankenstein, why are you voting? Why are you superdelegate voting for Clinton and not Bernie? Since Minnesota voters, the people who work here in Minnesota, all 22% voted for Bernie by 22%, and but Al Frankenstein said no." People are dumb here in Minnesota. You didn't vote for the right person, so I'm going to correct it. I'm going to go ahead and vote for Hillary, and I'm sure Al Frankenstein got a nice promise, behind the deal. Oh, you're going to get a great cabinet post if I become president. I'll give you a great cabinet post. Probably make him Secretary of State or something. Mark my words. If Hillary gets in, I hope she doesn't. But if she gets in, Al Frankenstein's going to have a spot in her cabinet, and you wait. I still can't believe he did that. And if anybody from Minnesota out there, if you vote him in again, boy, you are just stepping on your foot. You might as well just go out and drive and pound a nail into something and hit your thumb, because it's the same thing. Well, I've done enough. I've said enough. Everybody take care. God bless everyone. Please subscribe. Please like the video. Share it out there on Facebook and Reddit and Google Plus and wherever you surf. Let's get the truth out there, because the lamestream media